Hi, my name is Beth, and I'm from the Somerset County Library, and today we're going to be talking about video conferencing basics. And this workshop is being provided through a grant provided by AT&T and the Public Library Association. So today we're going to talk about what is video conferencing, how to join a meeting, creating a personal Zoom account, recognizing common features, scheduling an online meeting, and some tips and tricks for hosting. Let's get started. So do you have any experiences to share about video conferencing? Have you used any of these tools? Have you had to participate in a video conference? Seems like since 2020, virtual meetings are becoming more and more common. They existed before that, but with everything that happened, it was just like all of a sudden, it's like you had to learn how to do this real quick. So video conferencing, which is sometimes referred to as web conferencing, is a live meeting between two or more people online. You can use video conferencing tools to connect with family, friends, coworkers, your children's teachers, and more. There are many tools you can use to meet with an individual or group online. And you can see here, this is Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, is it FaceTime or BlueJeans? But there are a lot of different video conferencing softwares out there. Today we're going to be talking about Zoom, though. So for many of us, the first time we use a video conferencing tool is when someone else invites us to a meeting. We typically receive an invitation through email, which might look something like this. So let's take a closer look at this example. So this is an example of an invitation to join a Zoom meeting. And up here at the top, it tells you who this invitation is from. So this is from Miss Brown. And the topic is a parent-teacher conference. And the time has the date and the time of the meeting. And you'll see has the Eastern Standard Time. You have to pay close attention to that. I've had to attend some meetings that have been like Central Time or Western Time, and you have to try to figure out, okay, what time am I actually supposed to be there? You have the link to join the Zoom meeting, so all you'll have to do is click on that link at the time that the meeting is scheduled for. You have phone numbers through which you can join the meeting. So you can use a telephone to call into the meeting. So if you're unable to, if you don't have access to a computer, the internet, or a mobile device that has a camera, you can call in with your phone. And when calling in from your phone, you may need to use your telephone keypad to enter in the meeting ID and the passcode. The first time you use Zoom, you'll be asked to download and open a Zoom app. You can follow the prompts on the screen to install the application. And after it is installed, a pop-up window displays, and you just click the button, openzoom.us.app. And you can see here, you can also join through your browser. So it's not absolutely necessary to use the Zoom app, but there are features in the app that you will not have if you just join using the browser. Once you're logged into the meeting, a box appears with a message asking if you would like to join with computer audio. When you click this link, you will enter the meeting. And you can also test before you join, test your speaker and microphone to make sure that if you're using headphones or an alternative microphone, that it is actually being picked up. Now, during the meeting, Zoom will use your computer's internal microphone and speakers or the headset you have connected to your computer. You need a microphone to make sure everyone in the meeting can hear you. So what if you don't have access to the internet, or you don't want to use the microphone on your computer? In that case, you may be able to join the meeting by calling a telephone number in the meeting invitation. You will need to enter the meeting ID number and passcode before you can join the meeting. And we're going to move on to an activity. And we're going to create our own Zoom account. So you'll want to go to https://zoom.us. And when you get there, click on the orange button that says Sign Up on the upper right. Follow the prompts to verify your age, enter your email address, and click on the Sign Up button. Go to your email account, open the email sent from Zoom, and click on the confirmation link. Enter your name and create a password for your account. If need be, write that information down and then keep it someplace safe. Then click Continue to finish the registration process. Okay, now that you've created an account, we're going to look at some of the important features you'll use as a meeting participant. From your new account, click on the link to host a meeting, then choose With Video. This will start a meeting and you'll be able to see many of the features. And once you've logged into the meeting, this is what you're going to see. You can see down here at the bottom, there's a mute button, and you can use that to mute your microphone so other people can't hear what's going on behind you. And it's a good idea whenever you join a meeting to just go ahead and automatically mute your microphone. That way, when there is noise around you, dogs barking in the background, trains going by, whatever, it's not disturbing the meeting. Stop video. And depending on how many people are in a meeting, it might be a good idea just to not share your video. That means that the people that are in the meeting won't be able to see you. And so if you're eating your lunch while you're attending the meeting, you can turn off the video so that people aren't seeing you chow down on your meal. Or just to save bandwidth, depending on the internet connection. Sometimes if there's too much video going on, it'll really mess up the meeting and it'll make things wonky. So if you don't share your video, it can help that. Now, if there's only two people in the meeting, that might be a little awkward. So depends on the size of the meeting that you're attending. There's some icons here that as a participant you won't see, you only see them as a host. Let's see. Okay, up here you have the View tab. Here you have the view. You can change the view that you are seeing. The speaker view will have whoever's giving the presentation as the main window here. And especially if you're in a large group, it's easier to pay attention to what the speaker's saying if you have it on speaker view. You have gallery, and the gallery view will give you sort of like the Brady Bunch look. So you'll have like all these boxes with the heads of the different people that are in the meeting. The participants button here will show you who all is in the meeting and identifies me as the host. And if I wanted to mute my microphone, I can do that from the participants view and just hit mute. Or I can rename myself. If I wanted to rename myself, I can just do that. And rename myself. I can also, as the host, I can mute everybody. And I can also hide profile pictures and do all sorts of other stuff there as the host. Another important feature that you'll use is chat. And chat will sometimes allow you to ask questions, or especially if you're in a meeting where they have all the microphones muted, you can ask questions in the chat box. And in this instance, everything that I type here is going to go to everyone in the meeting. Now, if I just wanted to send a message to a friend that I saw that's in the meeting, I can click on that down arrow, select my friend's name, and then type the message to them. So if I wanted to say, hey, you want to grab lunch after this is over, I can do that without everybody in the meeting seeing that information. The share screen. Actually, let me close that participant in my chat window there so we can see everything better. The share screen allows me to be able to share whatever's on my screen. So if I click on share screen, of course, if I clicked on my share screen, it would allow me to choose which screen that I wanted to share. And then I would click share to be able to, so everyone in the meeting would be able to see what's on my screen. Also at the bottom here, you have the reactions button. And this is where you have emojis such as hand clapping. So if somebody says something that you agree with, you can virtually clap and give a thumbs up. You can raise your hand. So if you're in a presentation and you have a question for the speaker or the host, you can raise your hand to let them know, hey, I want to say something. I have a question. You can also lower your hand using the same reactions button. And then at the end of the meeting, you would click on the end button, and then that will take you out of the meeting. So if you're using a mobile device, things will look different. You can connect with your mobile device if it has a working camera. To do this, you'll need to have the Zoom app installed on your phone or your device. And depending on which mobile device you are using for video conferencing, some options may be in a different location on your screen. So in this example, the mute, video, and participant tabs are all at the bottom of the screen, and you can click more to see other features like chat and reactions. And you can see on the mobile device that when you want to leave the meeting, you click on leave. Okay, on to the next activity. Okay, so we're going to take a look at, okay, so taking a look at the video conferencing platform here. Let's complete activity 2. So the first question asks you to locate the mute, unmute icon. Click on the caret next to the button, click on test speaker and microphone, and go through the steps. So to mute your microphone, you would click on this button here. And you notice that when I am muted, the microphone turns red and it has a slash through it. Now, if I click on this caret, I can test my speaker and microphone. I can also make changes to the microphone and the speaker. So if my headphones aren't working properly, I can make changes to hopefully get them to work or to connect with a different microphone or speaker. Okay, the second question, locate the video icon. Click on the caret next to the button, click on video settings, and write down 2 features that you can adjust in the video settings. So we have the video icon here. And again, you notice if I click on that so that I'm not sharing my video, it'll just come up with my name and it'll have a red slash through it. If I click on that again, I can share my video. I have my camera off, so you're not seeing that. Let me click on this caret. And okay, so what 2 features can we adjust using the video settings? And we have a whole list of things that you can choose from there. Okay, question 3. Click on the chat icon. My chat icon was under the More button. So we click on chat and type a message in the chat and send it. And you see the message that I typed appears up here at the top. Okay, click on the reactions icon and practice raising and lowering your hand. Remember the emoji or the reactions icon, and you raise your hand and lower it. And find your favorite animal emoji. So if I click on the 3 dots there, I can scroll down through and gotta do the cats. Okay, let's see. Click on the participants icon and roll over your name. Click on More and select rename and make changes to your name. All right, very good. Activity 3, scheduling a meeting. So one of the advantages of having your own Zoom account is that you can schedule and host an online meeting. To schedule a meeting, go to your account on the Zoom website. We'll demonstrate the steps and follow along with me and with the activity sheet. Okay, so I'm logged into my Zoom account. And in order to schedule a meeting, we're going to go to create a meeting called work meeting or school meeting or whatever else you would like for next Friday, whatever that date is, at 11 a.m. for 30 minutes. So if we go to schedule, you can name your meeting. And we said we want to do it for next Friday. That'll be the 16th. And 11 a.m. And we want to do it for 30 minutes. And make sure that you select the correct time zone. We are in the Eastern time zone. You can select whether the video host and participant video is on or off. And you have other options here that you can choose from. You can allow any participant to join at any time. You can mute participants upon entry. Automatically record the meeting on the local computer. And approve or block entry to users from specific regions or countries. So go ahead and save. And here is the information for my work meeting. Has my meeting ID. And if I'm on my own computer, I can add this meeting to whichever calendar that I use, whether it's Google Calendar, my Outlook calendar, or Yahoo Calendar. And that way, when it comes time to start the meeting, I can just go right to my computer or right to my calendar and start the meeting from there. You have the invite link, and this is how you will go about inviting people to your meeting. So you'll copy the invitation, copy meeting invitation, and then go to your email and paste that into your email. And that way you can send it to whomever you need to within your organization or your family, friends, whoever you want to have a meeting with. And then you can edit any of the aspects of a meeting. You can delete the meeting if you decide that you don't want to have the meeting. And this is where you would also start the meeting. Okay, so some hosting tips. When you're hosting a meeting, some things to remember is that you're the one who is in control of the meeting. Here are some tips to make sure that you have the best meeting possible. The meeting host features are in the menu at the bottom of the screen. And since you've been in a meeting as a host, you've seen these features on the toolbar, but we haven't discussed them before now. If you're not a meeting host, you won't see these features. So security. You can lock a meeting after it starts. This keeps anyone unwanted from entering your meeting. So if you have everyone that's supposed to be at your meeting is in the room, you can go ahead and lock that room and nobody else can get in. You've heard of Zoom bombing, this helps prevent that. You can enable the waiting room, and that makes it so that anyone who is joining your meeting has to wait for you to approve them to come in. So if somebody's in your waiting room and you don't recognize who they are, you don't have to let them in. You can hide profile pictures. You can allow participants to share their screen or not, and sometimes that might be a good thing not to let them share their screen. You can allow participants to chat, rename themselves, unmute themselves, start video. Now, if you're given a presentation, you don't want anyone interrupting you, you can mute everybody and then not give them the permission to unmute themselves. And you can also remove participants from your meeting. So if somebody's in your meeting that isn't supposed to be there and they're putting all sorts of rude stuff up on their screen and sharing it, you can kick them out of the meeting. So as the host, you'll also have more features available in the participants panel. Here are a few more tips. So if someone will be making a presentation or speaking for a long time, you can mute everyone in a meeting using the mute all button. This is helpful to keep background noise at a minimum. You can see here the mute all. If background sound is coming from a participant and they aren't able to mute themselves, you can mute that person by clicking the mute button next to their name. So you can roll over their name. These buttons will pop up and you can mute them. If you want to keep a recording of the meeting, you can use the record feature. This will save a recording of the meeting to your computer or online Zoom account. Always let people know when you plan to record a meeting. I've attended many meetings, and first thing they'll say is at the beginning of the meeting is this meeting is being recorded. So don't do anything you don't want to be seen. Okay, as the host, it's important for you to end the meeting. So when it's all over, to end the meeting, click on End Meeting for All. As you might expect, this ends the meeting for everybody. So even if they haven't logged out yet, it's done. Okay, so activity 4. And for this activity, we ask you to go to www.digitallearn.org and type that into your address bar. And then click on lesson 8 click on basics of video conferencing, because you'll see a whole bunch of different workshops there. But you want to click on basics of video conferencing and then click on lesson 8. Okay, so we're at digitallearn.org. I'm going to scroll down until we find basics of video conferencing. Then scroll down to number 8. And this is just a quick quiz that will help you see how much you've learned about video conferencing. If you want, you can download a certificate that shows that you completed the course. And we do ask that you please take this quick survey. This is new material that AT&T would like to get feedback on. So take a quick survey, let them know what you thought about the course. And that is it for tonight. So today we learned about video conferencing, built skills to join online meetings, use common participant features, how to schedule a meeting and invite others, discovered useful tips to host an online meeting. And today's training is provided by AT&T and the Public Library Association, and we thank them for their support. And we appreciate all of our participants for coming, and we encourage you to keep on learning. And to learn more, you can visit our website at www.somersetcolibrary.org and https://www.digitallearn.org for more courses and to build confidence using technology. So thank you for coming.